For such a time as this, the story of Esther. Have you ever felt like where you are doesn't make sense? Like, why am I in this job? Why this city? Why this season? What if you're right where you're supposed to be? Let me tell you a story. One about a girl named Esther. She was an orphan, raised by her cousin Mordecai in a foreign land. A Jewish girl living in Persia. She had no titles, no power, just a hidden identity and a whole lot of questions. Then one day, everything changes. Queen Vashti refuses the king, and suddenly there's a kingdom-wide search for a new queen. Esther is chosen, not because of politics or privilege, but because God had a plan. She becomes queen, but here's the twist: no one knows she's Jewish. Mordecai sends word to Esther, "You need to speak up." But Esther hesitates. To go before the king uninvited could mean death. That's when Mordecai delivers one of the most iconic verses in Scripture, Esther 4:14. "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" That moment shifts everything. Esther calls a fast, she gathers courage, she risks her life, she goes before the king, and she's received. Her boldness exposes the plot, saves her people, and turns the story around. The very gallows Haman built for Mordecai, Haman ends up on them. Esther didn't start with power, she started with purpose. What does Esther's story mean for you right now? Your position has purpose. You may not be in a palace, but you're in a place of influence, your family, your school, your job, your platform. It's not random. You're there for such a time as this. Courage looks like obedience. Esther didn't wait until she felt ready. She stepped out when it counted. Sometimes faith is saying yes even when you're scared. Your voice matters, don't let fear silence you. Esther's voice shifted history. Yours can shift atmospheres. God can use anyone, orphaned, hidden, young female. God raised up Esther to save a nation. He still uses unlikely people to do unimaginable things. So maybe you're watching this and thinking, I don't have much. Guess what? Neither did Esther. All she had was a yes. And that was enough for God to move. You don't have to be the loudest, the strongest, or the most qualified. You just need to be willing, because who knows? Maybe you were born for such a time as this. Esther 4:14.